And now, Highway 50 expected to reopen tomorrow morning after being closed for a month because of the Caldor fire. Right now, Highway 50 is temporarily open only to those with homes or property in the still closed evacuation area. This is the area stretching the 36 milestone from Kybers all the way to Myers that you see there on the map. But tomorrow at 8 a.m. it will be open to the general public. The highway has been closed since August 20th, first because of the fire and then because of the damage left behind by the fire and the risk of hazardous burned trees. So we're going to have much more on the work today with the fire victims in just a moment. But first, we are tracking those gusty winds triggering a red flag warning in our region through tomorrow morning. And this is a look at the IKEA flags in West Sacramento, where you can really see how strong the wind is blowing. Fire officials say it takes just one spark for a wind-driven fire to become a wildfire. Cal OES has made a preemptive strike, positioning more fire resources to be at the ready today. That's in 4 counties: Contra Costa, Sonoma, Lake, and Sierra. We have meteorologist Eileen Javora tracking the conditions for us right now. So Eileen, how do the winds look?
Yeah, they're strong on the west side of the valley as expected. They're really gusting up there in that 25 to 30 mile per hour range, including here in Fairfield. If you look closely, the trees are moving about. We've had some gusts at Travis Air Force Base close to 30 miles an hour in the past hour or so. Let's take a broader view right now across Northern California. The yellow shading is where we're getting those gusts above 30 miles an hour. Again, really favoring the west side of the valley, especially west of I-5 and north of Interstate 80. You notice on the other side of the valley and to the south in the San Joaquin Valley, not seeing these strong winds, but take a check. Red Bluff gusting to 30 miles an hour, Redding 33 miles an hour, 31 in Williams. Oroville reporting a wind at 24 miles per hour. We're getting gusts in that 30 mile an hour range in Vacaville and Fairfield, but notice Rancho Cordova, winds are at about 10 miles an hour. Tracy's seeing a little bit of wind, but the most of the San Joaquin Valley not so much seeing that wind right now. So there is a red flag warning for the valley locations on the west side of the valley until this evening. In the northern Sierra, we're going to see that red flag warning extend into tonight with gusts at 25 to 40 miles an hour. Of course, any kind of fire that would get going would rapidly spread. It's really these shadings here, as you can see, are the most prone to getting those gusts 35 to 40 miles per hour. We'll show you when the wind will die down and just how warm it's going to be in the days ahead coming up.
All right, Eileen, thank you. And now let's go to the latest on the Caldor fire, as some property owners within the evacuation zone are being allowed through Highway 50 to survey any damage, as I mentioned. The fire has burned more than 219,000 acres. It is now 75% contained. The Forest Service says crews have been able to strengthen containment lines to avoid any wind-driven spot fires, which is great news considering we're getting more wind. They're holding off on any tree or debris cleanup until weather conditions improve. So this morning, the El Dorado County Sheriff's Department began issuing those temporary passes to residents or property owners. So this allows people to survey the damage or prepare their properties for the reopening of this area. We spoke with one couple who stressed how important and emotional this opportunity is for them.
Oh, very important. It's just kind of the first step to moving forward, just to see it, have my good cry, and then go, okay, now we're going forward.
Yeah. And for those who don't know, what happened to your property?
It burnt down. It was completely destroyed.
Yeah.
So the chimney's left, a swing we have is left, a ski lift swing's left, and a bench. But so at least we want to get up there, see what's left, get what stuff we can, and then wait for it to get all cleared and be done with it. So.
Wow, these people have been through so much. The Sheriff's Office will offer temporary passes to those with proof of ownership at the Fresh Pond Chevron until 4 this afternoon. It's warning people that hazards still remain in the evacuation zone. Well, containment is improving more on the Dixie fire as well. It's now 90% contained. More than 963,000 acres have burned in Plumas and Lassen counties. This fire has been burning since mid-July.